Over the past month, we've witnessed many cyber threats breaching the defenses of numerous critical infrastructure sectors and leaving a trail of disruption in their wake. Join us as we delve into the most significant stories in our CIP Cyber Monthly Roundup for June 2023. This is CIP Cyber Monthly Roundup, brought to you by OpSWAT, a global leader in IT and OT cybersecurity. Let's kick off our roundup with a story that has sent shockwaves through the corporate world. Over 100 organizations have fallen victim to a massive cyber attack campaign involving MOVEit. The attackers have exploited vulnerabilities in MOVEit, a widely used secure file transfer solution, to gain unauthorized access to sensitive data. This has led to an alarming number of breaches, with millions of customer data files exposed to theft. Among the victims is Genworth Financial, a Fortune 500 insurance company, which reported that hackers stole the private data of between 2.5 million and 2.7 million life insurance policyholders as a result of attacks linked to the MOVEit file transfer vulnerabilities. The leaked data includes social security numbers. Meanwhile, the CIP ransomware gang has posted names of additional companies targeted in connection to the MOVEit vulnerabilities, including PwC and EY. PwC confirmed that it used the software in a limited number of client engagements and stopped using the software once it learned of the incident. EY officials said they began investigating immediately after the zero-day vulnerabilities were disclosed in late May. The vast majority of its systems were not compromised, however, it is still looking into the extent of the attack. As the investigation continues, the full extent of the MOVEit attack campaign is yet to be revealed. Moving on to the world of industrial control systems, we delve into the vulnerabilities identified in Wago controllers. These vulnerabilities were discovered as part of the OT Icefall research conducted by Forescout Technologies, which has led to the public disclosure of 61 vulnerabilities impacting over 100 OT products from 13 vendors. The newly disclosed vulnerabilities, tracked as CVE 20231619 and CVE 20231620, affect Wago 750 controllers using the CodesYS v2 runtime. They could be exploited by an authenticated attacker to cause a denial of service condition. The first issue arises from a poor implementation of protocol parsers, while the second is due to insufficient session expiration. In both cases, an attacker could crash a device, requiring a manual reboot to return the device to its operating state. Forescout also shared details on a high-severity vulnerability in Schneider's PowerLogic product lines. This vulnerability, tracked as CVE 2022466680, impacts the power meter's ION TCP protocol implementation, which transmits a user ID and password in plaintext with every message, thus exposing them to an attacker that can passively intercept traffic. Next in our roundup, we focus on a recent disclosure from the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA. The agency has identified vulnerabilities in products from Siemens, Advantech, and Subnet Solutions. These vulnerabilities, if exploited, could disrupt industrial control systems, potentially causing significant operational setbacks. The affected products are widely used across various industries, making this a matter of concern for many. Among the vulnerabilities disclosed, one involves the Subnet Power Systems Center, a multifunctional management platform used across the critical manufacturing sector. The vulnerabilities could allow an attacker to inject malicious code into report header graphic files or cause a denial of service condition. Another vulnerability affects Advantech's web access SCADA equipment. Successful exploitation could allow an attacker to gain remote file system access and achieve remote command execution. Siemens products also have their share of vulnerabilities. For instance, Siemens Power Meter SICA-MQ 200 line versions before v2.70 include session fixation, improper input validation, cross-site request forgery, and incorrect permission assignment for critical resource vulnerabilities. The exploitation of these vulnerabilities could lead to remote code execution or denial of service. These revelations emphasize the need for a proactive approach to cybersecurity, including regular vulnerability assessments and prompt action on identified risks. Finally, we turn to a major alert from CISA about the LockBit ransomware, which has extorted a staggering $91 million from US-based organizations after executing about 1,700 attacks since January 2020. LockBit ransomware has been indiscriminately targeting multiple critical infrastructure organizations for extortion. The ransomware has been particularly active, with antivirus provider Malwarebytes reporting that LockBit targeted at least 76 victims in May 2023 alone. In 2022, LockBit was responsible for 16% of all reported state, local, tribal, and tribunal (SLTT) government ransomware attacks in the U.S. It was also responsible for 18% of all ransomware attacks in Australia from April 2022 to the end of Q1 2023 and 22% of all ransomware attacks in Canada in 2022. The advisory from CISA, in collaboration with the FBI and other global security partners, also revealed that the number of victims might be significantly higher than reported since the group lists only those who refuse to pay the ransom. LockBit ransomware operates a ransomware as a service operation comprising of unconnected affiliates with varying tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs. This variance in observed ransomware TTPs presents a notable challenge for organizations working to maintain network security and protect against a ransomware threat. That wraps up our CIP Cyber Monthly Roundup for June 2023. These events underscore the importance of robust cybersecurity measures in the world of critical infrastructure, and the need for continuous vigilance and regular system updates to prevent exploitation. Follow us here at CIP Cyber to stay on top of the cybersecurity updates and insights. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and secure. See you next time.